Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015-2030, Viksit Bharat at 2047, in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue today's commemorations. Today, we are celebrating World Orienteering Day, which is an awareness day often celebrated annually in May on the date set by the International Orienteering Foundation, in short known as IOF. It falls on the first day of World Orientation Week, Orienteering Week, and usually after the World Orienteering Champions. This year, World Orienteering Day will be celebrated on May 14 to raise awareness of orienteering among young people and encourage participants and orienteering activities in schools. Orienteering as a task has been in existence since the 19th century, and the IOF established this day in 2006 to increase the visibility and accessibility of the sport. Orienteering is not the most commonly talked about sport, and the majority of us can admit to never hearing about it before. It could even come as a shock that you might have caught glimpses of it in popular TV shows like Survivor or The Amazing Race. Simply put, orienteering refers to any sport that requires navigational skills while moving at an speed in unfamiliar terrain. Using a map, compass for guidance, participation in the sport can be individual or in groups depending on the rules of the game. The most popular form of sport is foot orienteering. However, several other forms of it have come into existence, like mountain orienteering, ski orienteering, and even bike orienteering. Today is also commemorated as World Facilities Management Day, which is observed annually on Wednesday on the second full week of May, and this year it falls on May 14th. It's to celebrate the contributions of individuals working in facilities management, ensuring the safety and comfort of an environment. Without their contributions, we can't imagine what the conditions of offices or hospitals would be like. Thanks to them, the mechanical and electrical services are maintained, the cleaning is taken care of, and the security is on alert. The purpose of this day is to appreciate and recognize the people involved in facilities management. So, World Facilities Management, initiated by Global FM, was first observed on August 28, 2009. The exact date of the day has reportedly changed over the years. It was celebrated on the fourth Thursday of June 2010 to 2013, on Wednesday of the full week of June 2014 to 15, on July 13, 2016, and on Wednesday of the second full week of May from 2017 to present. So regardless, the aim of World Facilities Management Day stays the same: to recognize, appreciate, and celebrate the contribution of individuals working in the facilities management. So facilities management aims at providing fundamental support to the business operations of an organization and is needed in almost all environments, from offices, hospitals, care homes, and educational establishments to logic centers, hotels, and arenas. Facilities management is essential for ensuring the safety and comfort of a work environment. If a workplace is well managed, people will be encouraged to be more productive and enthusiastic about their work. In contrast, if a workplace is poorly managed, then employees won't be encouraged to do their best at work. There are two categories of facilities management: hard FM and soft FM. FM relates to the physical materials of a building, such as mechanical and electrical maintenance, fabric maintenance, plumbing, and air conditioning. Soft FM is about people and organization, including hospitality, catering, cleaning, and human resources. Both require good teamwork if a facilities manager can work well at the integrating people, place, process, and technology as defined by the International Organization for Standardization, ISO. The built environment will surely be safe, comfortable, and functional. Today is also commemorated as the Stars and Stripes Forever Day in US, which is celebrated on May 14 to honor the American march of the same name, written and composed by John Philip Sousa. It became the National March of the United States in 1987. A typical performance of march begins with the four-bar introduction, after which comes the first and second strains, which are both repeated. Today is also commemorated as Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Day on May 14th in UK, to raise profile of people with spinal cord injuries in the UK and educate the public on its impact, effect, and treatment. The spinal cord injuries go as far back as 3000 BC. A spinal cord injury, a CI, is damage to any part of the spinal cord or nerves. This injury often leads to permanent loss of strength, sensation, and autonomic function. Below the injury site, Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Day is an initiative by the Spinal Injuries Association in partnership with Aspire, Backup, and Spinal Research. So the first mention of the spinal cord injuries was in the ancient Egyptian Edwin Smith papyrus from 2500 BC. The ancient Egyptian physicians described the injury as untreatable. The first treatment for spinal cord injuries occurred in ancient India, where Hindu doctors used traction techniques to straighten the spine. The Greeks also employed the same technique as Hindus. For example, Hippocrates, born in the 5th century BC, developed traction devices that help straighten patients' spines. It was until the 2nd century AD that Galen, a Greek physician, discovered the relation between spinal cord injuries and the loss of autonomic function and sensation. Today is also commemorated as Root Canal Appreciation Day, which is observed every year on the second Wednesday in May. This year it takes place on May 14th. This day was created by Chris Kammer, one of America's most vocal advocates for the oral systemic approach to the prevention of disease. People often have a negative perception of root canals. Dental experts provide assurance that it is safe and successful procedure, even more so than other dental procedures. This day is an opportunity to raise awareness and dispel misconceptions that people have about root canals. According to Healthline, a root canal is a dental procedure involving the removal of soft center of the teeth and pulp. The pulp is made up of nerves, connective tissues, and blood vessels that help the tooth grow. Root canals are only performed when the pulp of the tooth becomes infected or inflamed. Performing the procedure helps to ensure that the structure of the tooth is preserved. The pulp can become damaged due to a number of causes, such as injury to tooth, decay caused by untreated cavity, or repeated dental procedures on a tooth. Signs of damaged pulp can be indicated by swelling or heat sensation in the gums or pain in the affected tooth. Though root canals are often perceived in a negative light, medical experts consider it to be a restorative process with helpful results. During the procedure, patients are given anesthetics to numb the pain and can resume their normal routines within a day of getting the procedure done. Today is also commemorated as Receptionist Day in US. they overworked and underappreciated. Receptionist Day on 14th May, second Wednesday each May is our chance to show these men and women that we truly know who runs the office. Receptionists have countless responsibilities depending on where they work, but they often act as boss gatekeepers. So make sure you treat them well, especially if you have an important meeting with CEO. Reports of bad behavior in the lobby tend to make their way to the executive suites. So don't have an attitude with when dealing with them. Who knows? They might just become the CEO one day. Today is also commemorated as Paraguay Independence Day in Paraguay on May 14th and ends the following day. Paraguay's de facto independence began on May 14th, 1811, when a local ruling junta was established following the May 14th revolution. This festival, known as Spanish as Da de la Independence Nation, commemorates Paraguay's independence from Spain. The two-day celebrations involve outdoor gatherings of loved ones to play soccer, listen to local music, and host barbecues and traditional drinks that pay homage to Paraguay's cultural history. Today is also commemorated as Online Women's Day in US, celebrated on May 14th every year. Its objective is to celebrate the practice of falling in love and expressing love online. With the advent of internet, people can now meet each other, individuals across the globe, more easily than ever before. And similar to any social space, people are bound to fall in love with the invention of social media platforms, instant messaging, and online dating platforms. Love is just click away for most anyone, and tales of online meet cutes abound. So the concept of dating has evolved an incredible amount over time. Initially, dating meant a very open chapter courtship that ended in marriage arrangements. As the time went on and shrugged off antiquated, rigid courtship practices, dating became a way to bond and spend time with people who were romantically attracted. In the past few decades, the advent of internet has rapidly changed the media through which people get to know each other, from the earlier forms of chat rooms and mailing lists to modern dating sites like Bumble, Tinder, OkCupid. Online dating is becoming part of mainstream. But be cautious. There are many instances where it can go wrong and you can get into troubles. So today is also commemorated as National Underground America Day in US, revolves around cherishing the concept of societies living underground and thriving. Though the concept of living underground existed before, the topic gained national attention after Malcolm Wells founded National Underground America Day in 1974. Wells was an architect, writer, lecturer, and thought leader who worked in the architecture and design industry for years. After a while, he realized that Earth will only thrive once and it's rid of industrial plants. Since then, he began mission of spreading awareness about underground living and the numerous benefits it holds. In fact, he made it a point to create underground abode himself as well as his own earth shelter office space. So Malcolm Wells, who is also recognized as the father of modern earth sheltered architecture today, endorsed underground living until the day he passed away. However, even after death, his legacy remains, and National Underground America Day is celebrated yearly to pay tribute to the thousands of people living underground in numerous parts of North America. Many individuals prefer living underground than on top. This is because it has numerous advantages for human life as well as the health of the planet. According to Wells, building homes underneath the earth's surface is gentle architecture since it does not have a negative impact on the landscape. There is also commemorated as National Travel Insurance Claims Day in US, which takes place on May 14th in the honor of those responsible for processing claims in the travel insurance industry. Today, one cannot imagine traveling without an insurance. Moreover, it is wise to have one, especially if you are traveling abroad or for a long period of time. Travel insurance claims are as unique as the professionals who process them. Insurance professionals help millions of travelers before, during, and after their trips. National Travel Insurance Claim Day is celebrated to honor the important work and every person who makes our travel safe and worry. Today is also commemorated as National Third Shift Workers Day in US, which is celebrated on second Monday of May on May 14th this year. We take this opportunity to celebrate and thank the people that work throughout the night to keep the community safe while we sleep and continue business operations that are required to run 24 hours. As the majority of us work during the day, some people work throughout the night to maintain society's emergency infrastructure and other services. With a strong focus on maximizing productivity, the need of for shift workers became more recognized as a way of modern working. However, as great as this was for managers of yesterday, as well as today, with all revolutionary developments, there were and still are drawbacks. Due to unusual nature of people working nocturnal hours, sleep deprivation, and other health issues are a big concern with night shift workers. So National Third Shift Day was founded by Jeff Corbett. He wanted to recognize the night shift workers that keep our cities and business both safe and operational. As we sleep, it is important to understand the night shift workers is not only applied to the manufacturing industry, but also to other business and government infrastructure such as water, electricity, and hospitals. So we are grateful that there are people who dedicate their lives to such an unusual working lifestyle to serve, protect, and maintain society's operations. Today, we work towards promoting and increasing awareness and those who keep the shelves stocked of water and electricity running through the night and look after the sick, to name a few, for the important jobs they deserve. Our thanks. Day is also commemorated as Night Shift Workers Day in US, as we have already seen. Today is also commemorated as National Decency Day on May 14th. Make it a point to spread the message of how a decent human being can lead to a overall progress of society. It's all you need to know about this day. It was created by a New York-based graphic designer, Lisa Kolonki, in 2017 after she witnessed a heated political debate among relatives, seeing how aggressive people get when speaking of anything concerning their beliefs. Lisa came up with the idea of promoting decency during any kind of disclosure that takes place between people. To spread the idea, Lisa designed a decency button and endorsed the message by wearing it every day. The 3 points that designers spoke of included active listening, better understanding, and compassion. The minute the idea was launched, people jumped onto the bandwagon and began supporting the cause. Today, every May 14th, is the mission of spreading decency is celebrated to bring back the public dignity all Americans deserve. Today is also commemorated as National Buttermilk Biscuit Day in US. There's nothing quite like a flaky buttermilk biscuit paired with jam, honey, maple syrup, or butter to send your taste buds into overdrive. The better way to celebrate a long-standing Southern tradition than by commemorating National Buttermilk Biscuit Day on 14th. These flaky carby treats emerged in pre-Civil War era as an inexpensive addition to meals when people realized these robust bread products observed the gray on their plates better than plain bread. Biscuit soared in popularity, and the version that we all know and love, the buttermilk biscuit, was born from celebrating at your favorite restaurants to whipping up a government batch. At home, there are ample ways one can pay homage to this southern staple. Today is also commemorated as International Chihuahua Appreciation Day, which is celebrated across the world on May 14th every year. As the name suggests, International Chihuahua Appreciation Day is meant to appreciate Chihuahuas, the smallest breed of the dog in the world. The day originated in 2020 when former Miss British Columbia and fitness advocate Nadia Alterin announced on her blog that May 14th would henceforth be celebrated as International Chihuahua Appreciation Day, coinciding with her own Chihuahua, Tica's birthday. The breed was named after the Mexican state of Chihuahua and usually grows to be between 3 to 6 inches. So human had pet dogs for thousands of years. In fact, archaeology suggests a period of 12,000 years, and it agreed upon the fact that dogs were the first animals to be kept as pets by humans. Ancient Greeks and Romans were known to openly mourn the loss of dogs, inscribing tombstones for their lost companions. Ancient Egyptians kept dogs and baboons as pets and often named and buried them with their owners. There is also commemorated as Donated Days Wages to Charity in US, which is celebrated every year on second Wednesday in the month of May. And this year, the celebrations will be held on May 14th. The day is set apart to show kindness of the less privileged in the society and to donate to charity organizations across the world. This day was created by a married couple called Egni and Minhee Cho in 2009. On this day, some organizations host events for fundraising where people donate money. The Donated Day Wages to Charity Day is part of One Day Wages ODW movement, which was started back in 2009 by Eugene Cho and his wife, Minhee, Seattle, Washington. Cho is founding pastor and former senior pastor of the church. The couple had saved for 3 years and has opened a Facebook group called Fight Global Poverty to be able to make an initial investment of $68,000 to their dream of helping to fight one of the world's most deadly plagues, poverty. Today is also commemorated as Doodah Day in US. It is an annual pet parade, music festival, and fundraiser held at selected locations in Birmingham, Alabama, United States. The festival is usually an opportunity for the people from different communities to socialize and engage one another in a fun atmosphere, sharing the love of pets, music, and good old Southern culture. The first Doodah Day was conceived at a meeting of friends at Duggan's to fill the need for Spring Festival. Today is also commemorated as Dance Like a Chicken Day, US. It's all about reliving fond memories or busting out the iconic chicken dance, whether it was in elementary school or at an event. Last week, everyone has done the chicken dance. While accompanying Oompa song, we know now as the chicken dance song originated in Switzerland in 1960s. It wasn't until the 1970s that America's caught on and song took off on the charts and pop on the song and dance with the kids in your life. The chicken dance day. Today is also commemorated as Children's Day in UK on May 14th, which is held every year at the beginning of summer with the eponymous organization deciding the date every year. This year, the day will be held today that is observed to stress the importance of having a healthy childhood and how we need to protect the freedoms and rights of children along with other young people. Not only is NCD UK Day a day of celebration, but it's also a wonderful opportunity for councils, local services, communities, hospitals, sports groups, schools, charities, families, and carers to raise awareness about projects they are working on or things care about. The United Nations General Assembly established Children's Day in 1954 as a day of worldwide fraternity and understanding between children. The Assembly recommended to a different governments that the day be observed on a date in whatever way each country considered appropriate, and many other nations celebrate the rights of children on November 20, which is the day nominated by the United Nations. However, the UK felt that it was really important that children in the region should be able to get outside in their neighborhoods and nature on Children's Day, and so the organization chose to hold NCD UK at the beginning of the summer. November 20 is considered as an important date as it is the date in 1959 when the UN General Assembly adopted the Declaration of Human Rights of the Child. On the same date in 1989, the UN General Assembly adopted the Convention of the Rights of the Child since 1990. World Children's Day is used to mark the anniversary of the date that the UN General Assembly adopted both the Declaration as well as Convention on Children's Rights. Today is also commemorated as Born with Your Dog Day in US on May 14th. Pet parents and their beloved dogs spend some extra quality time together. Every dog owner can vouch for how affectionate and loyal dogs are in almost every case. They are right, however, on Born with Your Dog Day. It's a time to show your beloved friend how much you love and care for them. The day is celebrated with a host of activities and finding new ways to connect with your dogs. Happy Bond with Your Dog Day to your dogs. Certified dog trainer and mind coach Tina 11 created the first Born with Your Dog Day on May 14, 2021, and it hopes of dedicating a day to strengthening relationship between dog owners and their companions, coupled with improving mental health. To appreciate the benefits of dog ownership, it would be interesting to look into the development of human-canine relationships. Dogs are thought to have evolved from wolves that venture into human camps. In all probably while searching for food, as they were tamed, they might be companionship with the humans as hunting mates of gods or gods. So as guards, DNA results suggest that all dogs derive from a single extinct world population, or less likely a few closely related ones. The DNA of later dogs does not correspond with any other domesticated species. Today is also commemorated as Be Nice to Nettles Week in UK, which is observed each year from May 14th to 25th in the UK. This week recognizes the humble, sweet, critical role in preserving wildlife, not only the wildlife, but they are also beneficial to humans. The nettle has been used as food for many centuries and was relished as a springtime treat and also is added to porridge. Nettles are often substituted for spinach and can be used to make pesto, soups, stews, tea, and even beer. A dairy company has even come up with nettle cheese. Nettle contains high levels of calcium, magnesium, iron, and vitamins. Nettle is truly a super. Nettle is an incredibly versatile herb that can be consumed. Nettle has high nutritional content and low calories, making it popular in the kitchen. A cup of nettle contains 37 calories, 2 grams of protein, 6 grams of dietary fiber. In addition, they also contain vitamin A, iron, calcium. So nettle leaves taste a lot like spinach and are simple to steam. These leaves become bright green and lose their sting when cooked. Today is also commemorated as so with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. See you all tomorrow at the same time with different commemorations. Take care. Good night. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the form which has been raised in the form of votes.